Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Games and Things. Did you not get what you wanted for Christmas? Did the folks not pick up on your hints? Well, you can take care of yourself by heading to Games and Things. From small items like pool cues and dart boards to major items like arcade games, air hockey tables, and more. Games and Things, because life should be fun. All right, going to be a quick segment as we make up a little time here. Back with Will Overstreet, who, of course, was a freshman on the 1998 National Championship team at Tennessee. This past Thursday was the 25th anniversary of that magic night in the desert. And let me tell you, you're now to that age. You're a few years younger than me, so I can tell you, once you start thinking about things that were 25 years ago, you're old. Yeah. It's over.
Oh, no.
You're old.
Trust me. I know. The body tells me that every day.
So that night, would you have ever, I'm going to go down, then we'll try and bring it back up.
There you go.
Would you have ever imagined that night Tennessee would never play for another national championship game in the next 25 years after that and never even win another SEC title? I just wonder for the guys on that team and those of us watching it who are thinking this program's rolling, I wouldn't have guessed that was going to be it.
No, I don't think there's any mind that you would have guessed that, especially in the SEC championship. I think the national championship, it takes a lot of things coming together. You can be the best team in the world, but it also requires some luck. It requires you getting over that bad game at a certain time. So I think a national championship's hard. I think you got to be there at the right time. Yeah. Everything's got to work. But to not get another SEC championship, that's the most surprising part about this. Of like seeing that we've been there. I mean, obviously my team senior year against LSU should have won. There were opportunities, and it just for whatever reason went against you at the wrong time.
And now, you look at this Tennessee program, all right? You've won 27 games in Josh Heupel's first 3 years. If you'd told me when he took over what he was taking over, that he would average 9 wins for his first 3 years, he'd have a season when he won 11 games, they'd win an Orange Bowl and a Citrus Bowl. Those are 2 major bowls that Tennessee hasn't been in 20 years. If you'd told me that he would get them to number 1 in the playoff rankings for a week, I wouldn't have bought any of that. Mm-mm. So my question for you is, do you feel now, obviously they're not back to where you were in 98.
No.
Are they getting there? Or are you worried that we saw Butch Jones have an 11-game win streak. He had a couple of 9-win seasons. Are you afraid this is going to be another Lucy pulls the football away from Charlie Brown at the last minute thing?
Yeah. No, I mean, put it this way. With a lot of the previous coaches, I always suspected and said, I don't believe in this. Not because of the good result at the time it was happening. It was just some of the things that they did, their philosophy, that to me were not set up for long-term success. That if they didn't exactly hit every single recruit and get everything right there and do this, that they were going to not be able to play. I think what gives me courage and hope about this coaching staff is the ability to develop players, the ability to not necessarily have to get every 5-star guy in the world and at least tell the world that and still be able to put a product out in the field that's competitive and wins. And that's where I've been most impressed with this group and feel the best about. We'll still see, can it get to the horizons of an SEC championship game? That's a different level we got to get to. But on this moment, I say this is the most encouraged I've felt about this program under a coaching staff.
There you go. All right, Will Overstreet. That wasn't so rain cloudy of you. That was Will right. Partly sunny.
Partly sunny.
There we go. When we come back, first of all, let's show you the poll results. We've got those here, I believe. All right, here's what your take was. In terms of the Nico hype train, I am needing to see more. You guys always surprise me with your poll answer. 50% of you say need to see more. 40% say upping my expectations. And only 10% go with Chris Lowe, and you're buying your playoff tickets now. We thank you for playing along, and that'll still be up. For those of you who usually watch this thing on YouTube later, you can continue voting if you want. But when we come back, we'll make predictions for Tennessee, Mississippi State, do a little Cavaliers line for basketball. We'll also talk about Michigan, Washington in the national championship game, and much more. Come on back on the Sports Source.